very proud to belong to the Maratha Light Infantry. I was also Colonel of the Maratha Light Infantry till about a year and a half back. Having said that, Maratha Light Infantry is a very special regiment. The British called it Maratha Light Infantry as a title given to them because they could operate behind the enemy lines and they could, go from the flanks and attack in silent attack and surprise the enemy. In 1971 war, my battalion, 22 Maratha Light Infantry, fought the Battle of Hilli. While there were other units also of the brigade which fought very, very gallantly, but I think my battalion was specially used to go from a flank and carry out a silent attack and surprise the enemy. And I think that is where I have been told when I got commissioned, all the company commanders of my battalion had fought 1971 war. And right from day one of my being a second lieutenant, I've been hearing how every individual soldier belonging to, a community, whether Marathas or Muslims, how the officers led them to fight battles, close quarter battles, how they made sure that they do not get their troops, entangled where we suffer more casualties, because it is very important that you bring more casualty onto the enemy and save your own, because the kill ratio is extremely important to a good strategician and to a good tactician. And I think our officers were very cunning, very smart, professionally very, very good, where they were conscious that they have to bring in a favorable kill ratio. And I think the kill ratio of the battalion that I belong to, 22 Maratha LI, was completely in favor of us, bringing a huge amount of casualty and capture of certain areas like Bada Changram, where, of course, the surprise was lost. And they had to literally go for a fight which was more conventional in nature. Having said that, this unit did whatever it stood for, being a light infantry, and I'm very proud of my unit. I'm sure once you talk to the veterans of my unit, you would understand what they stood for. Light infantry is something which moves faster than light sometimes, as I say, because it is light infantry. It is not halka, it is the speed of the light. And it goes into the enemy territory without even they understanding what happened. It creates a lot of chaos, brought in a lot of damage and destruction. And I think the surrender ceremony of 1971, and today is Vijay Diwas, where 93,000 troops literally surrendered at the feet of the Indian Army. My unit was one of them who's been taking surrenders. Brigadier Swaminathan today is retired, but he was a commanding officer at that time. Our unit has got, a couple of pictures where our proud commanding officer of 22 Maratha Light Infantry, then Colonel V.R. Swaminathan, is taking surrenders of, their brigadiers and their colonels. And those pictures would be available to you. If you speak to them, you would understand how proud a movement it was by capturing certain areas, clearing certain areas, and advance towards Dhaka. Also, other, battalions of the regiment were also there. 5 Maratha was there, 1st Maratha was there, 2nd Para was there, which is today Special Forces, which actually Para dropped at Pongli Bridge, that is Tangel, which is a world famous operation, and 1st Marathas actually linked up with them. So, this was all the tradition of the regiment, which proved its mettle in 1971 war. And the results are in front of us. And today we celebrate Vijay Diwas because of those veterans were gallant, who actually charged into the defenses of the enemy and captured Dhaka. It was the shortest and the swiftest war. It was literally a light infantry war. And I'm very proud to be associated with this.
Good morning, sir. Welcome to this conversation with Uncovering India, and congratulations on completing 49 years of the Battle of Hilli, and we are entering into the 50th anniversary of the Vijay Diwas. So it was a very important battle which occurred even before the official war was declared. So how do you recollect the memories of this important battle?
The surrender at Fatehpur.
Yes,
You know,
sir.
that is the place where the enemy surrendered to me. At that, that's the speaking you are speaking.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And now we were told to advance on a subsidiary axis by my brigade commander, and we were, it's a track because the main road was a lot of obstacles on the main road. We could not reach Rangpur.
Mm-hmm.
So we were going in a side track led by my Charlie company, Major Chandrasekharan. During the night we marched, and early morning, say about 5:30, we reached that famous Gagatnala at Fatehpur. What my men saw were the Pakistanis were having a wash and cleaning and things like that on the Nala. Now they didn't have any sentry, they didn't have any idea at all how to organize as a defense. That's a very important axis they are covering. No sentry, nothing. No alarm system, nothing. So my men had a very good time shooting them all out. Quite a few of them were shot in Nala and they fell into Nala. By the time the hearing the noise, the battle started. So the battle commenced at about 5:35 or something like that. It kept on, heavy firing from both sides. But I could make it out that enemy was deployed. That is, Pakistanis are deployed only on one side of the road. I don't know why. What is the principle behind this? There was the western side of it, but the eastern side was completely left out. The road was not covered. So the battle went on. They brought the tanks. They started shooting at us. We brought our tanks. So the match was equal. In the meantime, should I tell you some jokes also along with that?
Yes, sir, please.
Okay. Now, early morning at about 9 o'clock, as we were fighting the battle, one of my men suddenly said, "Sir, there is a jeep coming with a white flag." So I taken aback. How can the Pakistanis come from the rear when we have crossed over them? Ultimately, what I see is my orderly. He had brought for the faithful CO a flask of coffee for others. Then my washing kit, everything is brought. But why the white flag? Because I always use white towels. Because it was wet, because we were always on the move. You tied it on the pole while traveling in the jeep. So it was fluttering. That's why it took like a surrender flag. Anyway, that is part of the joke. Put him behind a tree and then hid him. Then, say about 10, oh no, I'm sorry, exactly at 1:30, as we were firing at each other, a white flag went up on the Pakistan side
Okay.
by itself because the fighting was still going on very strong. And I had earmarked one of my other companies, A company under when Ramesh Thakur, to see the area and then prepare for an attack in the night. In the meantime, this white flag came up. So we were all taken aback, and I told my men to stop firing, and they all kept shouting from their side, "Firing band karo, hum surrender karna mangta hai." So my officer shouted at him. The company commander said, "Stand up on the bund and march with hands up and come to the bridge." So he did it accordingly, and he came up to the bridge halfway. When his hands were still up, then I went and met him.
Mm.
His name was Major Niazi. Now, he said, "Sir, we have ceasefire. I'm surrendering to you. No more firing from our side here." Now, my brigade commander at 3 o'clock, he would like to come and meet you and also surrender to your brigade commander. Then he invited us to visit his post. So few of us went there. We saw the post. They were all very well prepared. Well prepared. So much of ammunition stock. I do not know why they didn't give a fight at all. That is something very great mystery. Anyway, so went around. Sorry, we went around the post. Then we gave a little. I gave a little Subhash to one of the two men, which I never expected. Then we returned. Then we were very jubilant. We gave a big, huge cry. We came from our battalion to congratulate. Then at exactly 3 o'clock, unfortunately, my brigade commander was slightly few minutes late. By the time the Pakistani brigade commander, by name Brigadier Abdul Naeem, and his Ahmad Regiment commander, you see, there is a very special point I want to make. He was the only one armored regiment, that is tank regiment in East Pakistan, now Bangladesh. And he was the commanding officer of that tank squad. Now, initially people think that they are slightly superior to the others. That is normally his tendency. Then I came to know that others said that armored people do not surrender to anybody like that. Anyway, along with the brigade commander, this armored corps commander, Lieutenant Colonel Farooqi was his name, Farooqi. He surrendered. All the photographs are there on that. Then, when the surrender took place, the brigade commander asked me in Tamil whether he can get idli and dosa. I was completely taken aback. Then he said he is from Madras, old Madras, now Chennai. The place known as Triplicane in Madras. It's a Muslim-dominated area. They come from a very rich Muslim family. And during the partition, he went over to Pakistan. His mother, sisters, brother were still staying in Triplicane. He told me about that. Then thereafter, we had over one of the villagers came and put a charpai. We all sat there and chatting about various other things matter. My brigade commander also joined. In the meantime, my men immediately made tea and pakoras. Within 5 minutes, it was ready. I don't know how they carried it all. And it was given to them. They were nice chatting, and wonderful photo you see in that. My brigade commander and Brigadier Naeem talking to each other, and Farooqi standing there, I am standing there. They ate that good pakoda and tea and enjoyed it. And on this photo, I'll tell you later, or I'll tell you later on. People ask me, how you have been fighting with each other all these days, and now you are all gossiping and having a cup of tea, jolly. Then I said, the soldiers are never enemies with each other. But we fight the politicians' war. The politician says fight, we fight. Because we come under the democratic rule. So that is why we are all friendly anyway. Sorry. Then the brigade commander of Pakistanis, he invited us to come to Rangpur, the place which is supposed to ultimately reach and capture. With all the force. It's a huge garrison. At this I must tell you, I always carried the doctor with me. Brigadier Suresh Murthy was my medical officer.
Yeah, he had told me that you decided to take him with you, whereas the norm is that the doctors are in the rear and you took him with you.
Yeah, pushed him and he was with me. Even in this battle, he was next to me, behind a tree. The casualties immediately he used to treat. That saved a lot of lives. And he was a brave officer. He never was frightened of the bullets and whatnot. So Suresh Murthy, we named him as the infantry doctor. That is the way we called him. Even today he keeps in touch with us. And a very, very lovable character. But the main thing is, he treated with his first aid kit all the casualties that we suffered there. And I don't know how he carried so many kit. So quite a few of our people were saved because of this immediate treatment. People who were very seriously injured couldn't be saved. That's a different thing. So that is how we fought the battle. I am extremely proud of the troops, that is Marathas, whom I commanded, and the cooperation extended to me throughout by my men, my gallant band of officers and JCOs is unparalleled. To quote some of the names, Major Patil, Major Sharma, Arjun Nanavati, Shinde, like that, they all gave me the best support, and without them I couldn't have done this much. My hats off to them. God bless them all. They are the very good troops I command. I'm extremely proud of it.
Into 71 war, initially I moved from Jorhat to Hashimara to defend with one of the air defense regiment as RMO, and from there mid-November got my posting order, and 19th November I joined 22nd Marathas in the assembly area, that is South Dinajpur district, little ahead of Balur Ghat, en route to Hilli. Hilli is a town partially on our side, and major part of the town was in East Pakistan, including the rail track and all those things, which was a stronghold of theirs. And a little short of Hilli, we had our assembly area. We all had got together there. So the action started from 22nd night, and we were sucked in on 25th. To relieve the 22nd action was by 8 guards. We were part of 202 Mountain Brigade. 202 Mountain Brigade के हम हिस्से थे, और 202 Mountain Brigade में 3 पलटनें थीं, 22 मराठा, 5 गढ़वाल राइफल्स और 8 गार्ड्स. तो इनमें से पहला अटैक तो 8 गार्ड्स ने किया था मोरापारा के ऊपर में, उसमें उनकी काफी कैजुअलिटीज हुई थी. उसके बाद में उन्होंने कैप्चर किया था नवापारा भी. तो नवापारा में हम लोगों ने उनको रिलीव किया 25 तारीख के शाम को. रात भर में 2 कंपनीज हमारी वहां इंडक्ट कर पाए, क्योंकि कंपनीज हमारी बॉर्डर एरिया में बिखरी हुई थी, बॉर्डर सीलिंग पे, क्योंकि काफी ईस्ट पाकिस्तानी बंगाली जो हैं वो हिंदुस्तान के तरफ आ रहे थे. तो इसलिए वो सीलिंग में थी. तो वो 2 कंपनीज वहां इकट्ठी हो पाई, और शाम तक मैं भी पहुंच गया वहां. और सीओ साहब से मेरी पहली मुलाकात वहीं नवापारा में हुई. सीओ ने बोला कि भाई उधर तुम कहाँ अपना आरएपी लगाओगे. दिखलाई के मुताबिक तो आरएपी जो है बटालियन के जो जहां से एडम लॉजिस्टिक सपोर्ट होता है वहां पर लगाते हैं, लेकिन यहाँ जो है आगे उनने कहा कि लगा लेना. मैंने कहा ठीक है. तो रेट्रोस्पेक्ट जब मैं पलट के देखता हूं तो अटैकिंग एलिमेंट्स के साथ में ही जहां से वो टेक ऑफ करते हैं वहां पर आरएपी रहता है, तो काफी मदद होती है कैजुअलिटीज के लिए. कैजुअलिटीज को जल्दी अटेंशन दे सकते हैं. तो वहां जो है रात तो गुजर गई. सुबह सुबह जो है 3 बजे 3:30 बजे से शेलिंग शुरू हो गई. उसके बाद में सूर्योदय के पहले अटैक शुरू हुआ हमारे ऊपर, हमारे लोकेशन के ऊपर, पाकिस्तानियों का 4 फ्रंटियर फोर्सेस का बटालियन अटैक था, जिसमें कैजुअलिटीज हुई हमारी, क्योंकि हम लोग तो डिफेंसिव पोस्चर पे थे, वो ऑफेंस पे थे, तो उनकी कैजुअलिटीज ज्यादा हो गई. हमारे तो करीब आधे दर्जन कैजुअलिटीज हुई, दर्जन भर हुए घायल हुए, और 5-6 शहीद हो गए, इंक्लूडिंग मेजर रमेश दटकर, पॉस्टमस वीर चक्र. तो उनमें एक कैजुअलिटी था माइन ब्लास्ट इंजरी. माइन को हिंदी में सुरंग कहते हैं. उस पर वजन पड़ता है तो वो फट जाता है. तो हमारे एक सुबेदार साहब, नायब सुबेदार इस्माइल, उस माइन के ऊपर में पैर पड़ गया उनका, और उनका पैर उड़ गया। तो पहला कैजुअलिटी नाबसुद्दार इस्माइल को ही मैंने देखा था। तो वहां पर जो है, अभी माइंड ब्लास्ट में तो बिल्कुल चिथड़े उड़ जाते हैं। तो उसमें एक जगह से अगर खून निकल रहा है तो उसको तो पकड़ सकते हैं, जब पूरा एरिया ब्लीड कर रहा है तो उसका एक ही तरीका है, जो गॉज है उसको एक्रिफ्लेवन में सोक करके उसको पैक किया है, उसके ऊपर टाइट बैंडेज बांध करके ब्लीडिंग रोक पाए, उसके बाद में उनको निकाल दिया आगे। उसी तरह से मैं वहाँ ऑन द स्पॉट था, तो कैजुअलिटीज को अटेंड करने में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं हुई। तो वो वक्त जाता, फिर वो कैजुअलिटीज को उठा के लाने ले जाने में जो है आधे दर्जन बंदे भी कम हो जाते हैं, क्योंकि लड़ाई के मैदान में तो कोई सीओ अपना बैनेट स्ट्रेंथ कम नहीं करना चाहता, लूज नहीं करना चाहता है। तो इस तरह से 26 तारीख की सुबह की लड़ाई शुरू हुई। हमारी जो है बैटल इनॉकुलेशन कहते हैं, वो हो गया, क्योंकि हिली एरिया में जो हिली के पीछे के एरियाज को क्लियर करना बहुत जरूरी था। तो वो उसके लिए फिर हम लोग 9 तारीख को फिर अटैक पे निकले। तो उसमें जो है पहला फेज जो है, एक ऑब्जेक्टिव था दुर्रा कह के, तो दुर्रा पे जाकर के रुके हम लोग, वहाँ इन्फिल्ट्रेट किया। कुछ हिस्सा दुर्रा का पाकिस्तानी होल्ड कर रहे थे। तो शाम सूरज डूबने के बाद करीब करीब 7:30-8 बजे इन्फिल्ट्रेशन शुरू हुआ और 9 बजे तक इन्फिल्ट्रेशन कंप्लीट हो गया। रात को करीब करीब 12 बजे रात को जो है, अटैकिंग कंपनी तो निकल चुकी थी वहां से, लेकिन 12 बजे रात को पहली गोली चली और उसके बाद में आर्टिलरी तोपखाने की गोलीबारी शुरू हुई, गोलाबारी। वो हमारे लोकेशन के ऊपर में बहुत जबरदस्त तोपखाना की गोलाबारी पड़ी। उसमें जो ब्रेव कंपनी असिस्ट करने के लिए जा रही थी, वो उसके करीब 10-12 कैजुअलिटीज हो गई। तो उस समय तक तो हमारे लोकेशन पे जहां हम थे दुर्रा में, वहां तो नी हाइट क्रॉसफायर चल रही थी। तो उसमें हम लोग तो क्रॉल करके, मैं और मेरे मेडिकल प्लाटून के बंदे थे, मेरा नर्सिंग असिस्टेंट यादव, सिपाही यादव, 2 मेडिकल प्लाटून के 2 हवलदार थे, पदम बहादुर, प्रेम बहादुर, और एक और हेल्पर था भीमलाल थापा। 4 लोग हम लोग, चारों को ले करके हम क्रॉल करके, क्योंकि वहां से उठ करके तो नहीं जा सकते थे, क्रॉल करके उस कमरे पे गए। और वहां जो तोप खाने के गोलाबारी की वजह से जो कैजुअलिटीज हुई थी ब्रेव कंपनी की, उनको हम लोग अटेंड करना शुरू कर दिए थे। उसके बाद में करीब करीब 1 बजे के दरमियान बैटलफील्ड से कैजुअलिटीज आनी शुरू हुई। बैटलफील्ड हमारी जगह से करीब करीब आधा किलोमीटर के दरमियान था, तो वहां से कैजुअलिटीज आनी शुरू हुई। तो करीब 1 बजे रात को पहला लॉट कैजुअलिटीज का आया हमारे पास में। तो मैं पहले जो हाथ में कैजुअलिटीज थे उनको अटेंड करके बाहर निकला, तो एक आवाज सुनाई दी। मैंने कहा आप कौन है? तो उन्होंने कहा कि मैं कंपनी हवलदार मेजर शेडगे हूँ। मैंने पूछा क्या हुआ? बोले सर दाहिने तरफ सीने पे गोली लगी और गोली जो है बगल फाड़ करके निकल गई। नॉर्मली बुलेट को रास्ते में कोई रेजिस्टेंस मिलता है, डेंसिटी बदल जाती है उसकी मीडिया की, तो उसका डायरेक्शन चेंज हो जाता है। तो वो पसली यानी रिब को हिट करके बाहर की तरफ डाइवर्ट हो गया और बगल फाड़ करके निकल गया गोली। मैंने पूछा और कोई आया? तो बोले साहब वो नया लेफ्टिनेंट साहब आए हैं। वो लेफ्टिनेंट साहब जो हैं, मुश्किल से 3.5 हफ्ते की उनकी कमीशन सर्विस थी। IMA से पास आउट हुए थे नवंबर के महीने में। वो 2 हफ्ते की छुट्टी काट करके लड़ाई के मैदान में हम लोगों को मिले थे। सेकेंड लेफ्टिनेंट अर्जुन नानावटी। मैं कहा किधर हैं? तो वहीं उस कमरे के दीवार से टिक के बाहर बैठे हुए थे, पैर लंबे करके बैठे हुए। तो उनने रिस्पॉन्ड किया। मैंने जब उनको बुलाया अर्जुन, तो उनने रिस्पॉन्ड किया। तो मैं उनके ऊपर झुक करके बात किया, क्योंकि वो तो पिच बिल्कुल घुप अंधेरा था। तो उन्होंने कहा कि मुझे गोली लगी है। मैंने कहा भाई कहाँ लगी है गोली? और मैंने अपना हाथ दिया उनको कि मेरे हाथ को आप ले जा करके अपने जहाँ गोली लगी है वहां पर रख के मुझे इशारा दो कहाँ गोली है। तो बाएं तरफ सीने पे बाएं तरफ उन्हें अपना मेरा हाथ ले गए। तो मैंने उन पीछे से उनका कॉलर पकड़ा और उनको घसीटते हुए अपने कमरे के अंदर ले गया और उनकी जर्सी और कमीज दोनों काटी चाकू से। और क्योंकि मेरा इंटरेस्ट था कहाँ से बुलेट अंदर गई और बुलेट दूसरे तरफ कैसे निकली, वो घाव देखना बहुत जरूरी था। तो बुलेट जो है, जो कॉलर बोन कहते हैं, क्लेविकल, उसके सेंटर से अगर आप नीचे निपल तक आप सीधा लाइन खींचेंगे तो उस लाइन के बीच वाले हिस्से पे चेस्ट में बुलेट एंटर करी। तो मैंने पलटा करके उनको देखा तो वो पीछे जो होता है स्कैपुला, जिस उसको पियर्स, उसको पार करके चमड़े के नीचे बुलेट रुक गया था। तो मैंने उनको शेल ड्रेसिंग से बांधा, लोकल ड्रेसिंग किया और एक इंट्रावेनस फ्लूइड, आईवी फ्लूइड का लगाया। और यहाँ पर मैं ये कहना चाहूंगा कि आईवी फ्लूइड, लकीली मेरे पास में पॉलिथीन पाउचेस थे, पॉलिथीन बैग्स में आईवी फ्लूइड था। ये इंग्लैंड से एक ऑक्सफाम वॉलंटरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जो है इंटरनेशनल बॉर्डर पे मेडिकल रिलीफ कैंप्स लगाई हुई थी, क्योंकि ईस्ट पाकिस्तान से लोग जो हैं हिंदुस्तान के तरफ माइग्रेट हो रहे थे, तो जगह जगह मेडिकल स्टैब्लिशमेंट्स लगाई थी। तो मेरे पहले जो डॉक्टर साहब थे वहाँ 420 मेडिकल बटालियन के, वो 420 इसलिए है कि हम लोग 20 माउंटेन डिवीजन के हिस्सा थे। तो नंबर जो है अपने फॉर्मेशन के साथ नंबर लगता है, तो 4 जो है मेडिकल का आइडेंटिटी नंबर है और 20 जो है फॉर्मेशन का नंबर है। तो 420 मेडिकल बटालियन था वो। तो उससे एक डॉक्टर साहब थे, उन्होंने लाइजन विजिट करके करीब 100 इस तरह के इंट्रावेनस फ्लूइड के पाउचेस इकट्ठे करके रखे हुए थे। उस जमाने में हम अपने पास में कांच की बोतलों में आईवी फ्लूइड्स आते थे। तो इससे एडवांटेज ये होता था कि कैजुअलिटी उठाने के लिए 3-4 लड़के लगते हैं, फिर एक लड़का जो है, एक बंदा जो है बॉटल पकड़ने के लिए लगता है, क्योंकि पेशेंट से कम 3.5-4 फुट ऊपर रख के चले। तो इसमें एडवांटेज ये था कि आईवी लगाने के बाद में मरीज के बदन के नीचे ही उसको दबा दो तो मरीज के वजन से जो प्रेशर बिल्डअप होता है उससे आईवी फ्लूइड चलता है। जो मुकद्दर में लिखा वो होता है। 7-8 हफ्ते के बाद में सेकेंड लेफ्टिनेंट अर्जुन नानावटी अस्पताल से लौट करके पलटन में आ गए। तो इस तरह से रात भर कैजुअलिटीज चल रही थी और सुबह तकरीबन, तो ये पहला बैच जो कैजुअलिटीज का था वो मैंने करीब 3-3:30 बजे के दरमियान में आउट कर दिया। पीछे एडवांस ड्रेसिंग स्टेशन होता है, वहां जाके वहां से उसके पीछे जो है फील्ड हॉस्पिटल होता है। तो एडवांस ड्रेसिंग स्टेशन कोई 5-7 किलोमीटर पीछे रहा होगा, वहां से करीब 10 किलोमीटर पीछे 320 फील्ड हॉस्पिटल था। तो वहां पर फिर वहां सर्जिकल टीम थी। उस 320 फील्ड हॉस्पिटल में एक सर्जिकल टीम थी, नॉर्मली 2 सर्जिकल टीम होनी चाहिए, एक ही सर्जिकल टीम थी। और लड़ाई के दरमियान उन लोगों ने तकरीबन 750 कैजुअलिटीज को अटेंड किया, ऑपरेट किया। तो करीब 10:30 बजे करीब कैजुअलिटी आने बंद, यानी लड़ाई खत्म हो गई थी। और इस लड़ाई में मेरे मेडिकल प्लेटून के 3 लड़के शहीद हो गए। इसके पहले 26 तारीख की सुबह एक लड़का शहीद हो गया। तो 4 लड़के मेरे मेडिकल प्लेटून के कम हो गए और एक 5वां का जो है मशीन गन फायर लगा उसके घुटने के ऊपर में, तो उसका पैर उड़ गया। इस तरह से हम लोग 5 लोग तो यही कम हो गए। फिर भी काम चलता रहा। तो लड़ाई खत्म होने के बाद में 9 प्रिजनर ऑफ वॉर भी पकड़े गए थे, कुछ कैजुअलिटीज हुई हमारी। तो हमारे सीओ जो हैं बहुत ही पर्टिकुलर थे कि 24 घंटे के दरमियान एक बार सारे अफसर एक साथ इकट्ठे होंगे। तो जो सही वक्त होता था लंच का, तो लंच टाइम पे हम लोग सब इकट्ठे होते थे, क्योंकि किसी को ही नहीं मालूम था कि अगले क्षण में कौन जाने वाला है, किसका नंबर है। तो ये इस लड़ाई के बाद में ये एहसास हुआ मुझको कि मैं हर जगह जो है बटालियन के FUP फॉरवर्ड असेंबली एरिया में जहाँ पॉइंट होता है वहां पर मैं था और वहां पर मैं कैजुअलिटीज अटेंड किया। उससे हमारे कैजुअलिटीज को ज्यादा तकलीफ नहीं हुई, इमीडिएट मेडिकल एड मिल सका। जिसकी वजह से हमारे कई कैजुअलिटीज की जान बची। लड़ाई के मैदान में जज्बा बहुत ऊंचा होता है, यानी जो आम आप देखते हैं सिनेमा वगैरह में जो दिखाते हैं ना, इस तरह की चीजें नहीं, गलत दिखाते हैं। जैसे चिट्ठी आई तो वो एक सिपाही दौड़ रहा है, उसके पीछे सूबेदार साहब दौड़ रहे, उसके पीछे कप्तान साहब दौड़ रहे, ऐसी चीजें नहीं, मिस रिप्रेजेंटेशन होता है। तो इस तरह से लड़ाई हो गई और ये कि जिंदगी भर का एक बहुत बड़ा तजुर्बा था।
First Battle of Delhi, in the sense, from 21st November to 26th of November, the battle started. We were given the orders that wherever you are, you start inching forward. When one of our sister battalion was given a task to go across the international border and capture Morapara, Nawapara. These are the two prominent places. And the second battalion was asked. There was a one BOP, Basudev BOP, and they had captured that. We were in the eastern Pakistan. We were trying to inch forward. Morapara, which was captured by the Guards battalion, we were asked to take over. We took over that place. Our two companies were deployed there. Alpha Company, which was commanded by Major Datkar, and Charlie Company, which was commanded by Major Chandrasekhar. So our company commander was Major Madappa, and I was commanding Delta Company. We were in the depth. With all these things, all over the war was on, and our battalion was given a task on 8th of December. The battalion has to capture Basudev BOP and Barachandra by first light of 10 December 71. My company, that is Delta Company, I was company commander. I was given the task, night silent attack by infiltration. During this time, a young Lieutenant Arjun Nanavati just passed out from the Indian Military Academy there and joined my company and joined me. 9 December, prior to handing over my company defenses to Fort Rajput, we were getting ready. We packed up our saman. Each Jawan was given 1 day's dry ration, 2 hand grenades, and authorized ammunition and their authorized weapons. Prior to that, as I haven't mentioned earlier, my battalion composition is like this. We got 50% Dakhan Musalmans, 50% Marathas, and our credo, duty, honor, courage, and our battle cry, बोल छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज की जय. The fourth frontier, Charlie Company was manning the defenses of Barachalgam. We are not aware that Hyderabadi Delta Company has already nearly entered into the test. I've taken the decision, instead going straight on, because next morning it was revealed Pakistani Charlie Company just randomly they have thrown the anti-personnel mines. So I said, let's still go for the skirt around the village. And that village was a small, like in Maharashtra, we got a boundary wall. There also a boundary wall was there, 4 to 5 feet. And when we reached there, my commanding officer has ordered all the Jawans to carry one extra box of ammunition. When we reached, we were in process of climbing. One of the Jawan ammunition box was dropped and it made a loud thud noise. The moment that noise was there, the Pakistani heavy machine gun, light machine gun opened up. In the first blast, I was with the center platoon with Naik Sudar Avdal. I just got down, they were also climbed up, and Naik Sudar Avdal, 3 ambulance stretcher bearers, and one more chap was shot up. I could make out in that. The moment fire was open, I just hid myself behind the big tree. In short time, one of my lance knives, Mahadev Katkar, crawled up to me, and he had a GF rifle, grenade firing rifle. He has asked me, "Sahab, main fire karu kya?" I said, "Yes, fire." But then he says, "This grenade will fall on our head." I said, "Don't worry, just aim it low, where from this LMG is firing, you fire." And that boy has fired at, and that LMG was, light machine gun was eliminated. Meanwhile, left and right, my 2 platoons, one was commanded by Sardar Vishnu Jadhav, and right platoon was commanded by Naik Sardar Gundaram Jadhav. They also tried and come up on the periphery of the village. Probably you all must be aware, in Bangladesh and East Pakistan, every house in the rear portion, they got a diggy, they call it, a small little pond, where they rear the fish. The moment this chap has silenced the light machine gun, self along with last night Karnarkar, Havaldar Jagtap, Sheikh Khalid, A.D. Sayyed, and Naik Yallappa Erulkar, we started proceeding, and along with me, we have cleared 2 or 3 bunkers and 1 house. During the course of that clearance of the bunkers, like a typical Satari Manus. Incidentally, I come from the land of warriors, that is Satara district, Karad. I was giving them gali left, right. Moment we reached, by the time we have cleared 4 bunkers, 1 house, 5 bunkers in fact, 1 house. All of a sudden, from one of the house, 4 chaps cropped up, and they were about to fire at me. Before they could do, I surprised them with my Sten. I shot up all these four chaps. When we proceeded further, there was one big bunker. In that bunker, there were 4 to 5 420th Charlie Company's Jawans. And they were inside. When I shouted, "Aap log bahar aa jao," so they asked me, कि साहब हमको मत मारो, हम बाहर आके आपको सब बताएंगे. And the senior chap was Quartermaster Havaldar Sonda Khan of Charlie Company for FM. He said he got a lot of ammunition, weapons, and official map also, which has handed over to me, and he had a lot of praise for Delta Company and for the whole Vice Maratha. He says, आप यहाँ पहुँचने तक आपका वो एमिनेशन बक्सा गिरने तक हमें मालूम भी नहीं लगा. तो I just thought in my mind, I said, this is what is the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj का गली लिखावा. I said, we have surprised.
Since you had a very unique battalion, a mixture of Marathas and Muslims, did that work to your advantage in the war? Since you were operating in the Muslim-dominated areas?
This was advantageous in the sense, when I was shouting, अहमद तुम राइट से फायर करो, हमजे खान तुम इधर मेरे पास नजदीक आओ, so and so, go towards that talab there. These are Muslim boys. When we captured this Sonda Khan and party in the morning, they were asking, साहब आपको हमारा नाम कैसा पता? तो I said, मेरे भाई मेरे कंपनी में, मेरे बटालियन में 50% दक्कनी मुसलमान और 50% मराठास हैं. और इसे आपने गोर छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज का नारा भी लगाया. I said, in our country, in my battalion, in my company, there is no Hindu Muslim. हम सब एक है. And in our Spurti Git, there is one line, Bharata Ani Tulat Deva Manatu, Rakt Simpuni Pavitra Devito Hi Dhara, Hath Maharashtra Dharma Ek Janut. This Spurti Git is sung by all the men wherever there is an important occasion, and during training at the Bellam Maratha Center, every recruit has to sing this Spurti Git when they are moving from place A to B. If they could move 10 times, they have to sing this Marda Ami Marathi. That is what is the national integration. If anybody wants to see what is the national integration, they should come and visit 22nd Marathas. Paltan is somewhere in the Gujarat now. They are most welcome to visit, because in my Paltan, we got Mandir and Masjid Metro. As a commanding officer, sub-frontier commanding the same battalion, we first used to go to the Masjid, then we used to go to Mandir. That is the beauty of this battalion.
I was very fortunate to be involved in the war. Actually, I was under training, and we were about to pass out in December, but somehow the government decided to make us pass out earlier by 1 month. And we are so fortunate that on 14 November we passed out. And we are given only 10 days leave, and I joined the unit, which was located in Hilli sector. Actually, I'll cut short the details of how I joined the unit, but I reached my unit on 28 November, and they were already inside the war. I mean, it was very surprising that there was no war declaration
Okay.
But actually we were in war in the northwest sector where this hill is located. It is known as also Balurghat salient. If you have seen the general geographical layout of Bangladesh, previously called East Pakistan, if you go to the northern and western sector, there is a bulge which is some sort of type of a head like our J&K on the left side moving out. And below that head in the neck portion is this hilly village and this Balurghat. It is called salient. So the 8 guards had put in attack, and 8 guards was part of our brigade. Infantry brigade has got 3 battalions. 8 guards, 22 Maratha light infantry, which was my battalion, and 5 Garhwal rifles. So the locality which was occupied by 8 guards, my unit was asked to take over that locality and relieve 8 guards. So on 25th November evening, my unit moved in and they occupied the defensive. And immediately in the morning, next morning, that is 26th November morning, Pakistan carried out a full-scale attack on my battalion, which was beaten back. And that is how war had already started in our sector, much before the official declaration of war by preemptive raid by Pakistan on 3rd December. So I joined the unit on 28th November, and I missed seeing the enemy attack beaten back on 26th November by my unit. And I was told that this Pakistani attack was mainly broken up because of the heavy artillery fire and our own small arms fire from the battalion. And after 28th November, we used to carry out patrolling and other things till the time the complete Indian army was officially asked to get into war against Pakistan. So on 3rd December, Pakistan opened up raid, as you know, on the western sector. Sectors, Pakistanis didn't give fight. And the Indian army could just, whenever it used to plan an attack on the Pakistanis, they used to withdraw. And there was hardly any hand-to-hand fight. Whereas in our northwest sector, we had one brigade commander, Pakistani brigade commander, who refused to vacate his positions. And that's how this hilly sector became a very important sector as far as even the war study later on was conducted. The war study was conducted by Bangladesh, India, and Pakistan as to highlight the bloody fighting which went on in this sector. And it was in some cases hand-to-hand fight. And so we are lucky that my unit, which was there in hilly sector, we first beat back the Pakistani counter-attack on the positions we had captured. So our troops were blooded, and the first victory we achieved was this beating back of Pakistan's attack. Next, after 3rd December, rest of the forces which were around Hilli, they advanced. And they also had to fight Pakistanis, but somehow our advance was very slow compared to other 3 sectors because of heavy resistance from Pakistanis. My battalion got attacked orders, and on 9 December, we put in attack. And as you know, infantry battalion has got 4 rifle companies, and the attacks are normally put in by 1 or 2 rifle companies at a time. So there are 2 companies were put in for attack. One company, I was in Delta company. Another company, Charlie company, did not meet any resistance. They occupied the objective. But our Delta company, when we reached the objective, we faced heavy fire, and somehow we overcame them. Whole night the fighting took place, and in morning 8 o'clock, we captured the objective and captured 9 prisoners. And there were about 8 people dead there, and about 6-7 ran away. So about a platoon size, about 30 people were there. And our company successfully captured that objective. So I got wounded in that attack. It was night time. There was a lot of artillery fire, small arms fire, and confusion and other things. And Pakistanis from their defenses, they fired at me and I got wounded. So I got evacuated, and then I did not take further part in the war. But later on, I heard that my unit had captured 9 prisoners and opened the way for further advance for our battalion and the brigade. And we successfully captured a lot more territory. And on 16 December, we also took surrender of the Pakistani forces. And it is a big achievement. And after that, we have not had a full-scale war till date. So we normally organize get-togethers. Our battalion every time calls us on this day for a reunion. And we meet our colleagues with whom we have fought in war, and we rejoice our gatherings, and it builds up a different kind of tradition and brotherhood in the unit which we belong, and we have got a lot of affection for our unit, and we treat it as another family. And till our death, we'll be going to our second home. We call it our second home.
Yes, yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable inputs. It was a pleasure interacting with you. Wish you all the very best in all your endeavors. And I hope we will again catch up when we celebrate the 100 years celebration of Vijay Diwas.